Okay, well, hi everyone. And this week we are dialing it up and we're going to be discussing the health benefits of having a pet, right, Patricia? Because we are both pet owners.
We are both pet owners, and I'm so excited because this is such a fun topic, but
It
it
is.
actually can address a serious issue,
Yeah.
right? We have a really major loneliness crisis in this
Yes, we
world.
do.
We are way too much on our phones. Things
Our
I'm,
screens. Yeah.
things I'm hearing about being on our phones, like we're looking at our phones as our therapist, we're looking at our phones as a relationship.
Yeah.
We're losing time being
We're
on our
losing
phones.
connection, right?
I'm losing the connection. That's the big word with ourselves, with the people around us.
Yeah.
And so one way of dealing with that and kind of getting ourselves
Out
off
of it.
our phone is having a pet.
And we both love our pets, don't
Oh
we?
my
A little too much. No, I don't think you
God.
can.
I don't think so.
I
So
don't.
I have a cat and you have a
Two dogs.
flock,
We
two
used to have
dogs.
two dogs, two cats, but we're down. We're one cat, two dogs.
Nice.
And it's lovely. And we talk about connectedness. I mean, there are so many studies, right, that show, you know, they've done studies of taking dogs into offices, and just the sheer fact of petting a dog reduces people's stress levels, right?
That's
It's
amazing.
crazy when you think what these animals can do.
Yeah, in
You,
hospitals too, and in senior
yes,
homes and hospices. I'm seeing, you see,
important.
and they're so soothing and relaxing, and they have these senses about what could happen.
Yeah.
They're absolutely amazing. How they can make you feel better and feel you
They're
more.
never angry with you. They're always happy to see you.
Okay, hang on. My cat sometimes, gives me a bit of attitude.
That's because you've been out, right?
She's kind of funny, but and you know what's so interesting here? So our story. So my husband and I, we always thought we were dog people, and we've been together for 16 years now. We always thought we were dog people, and eventually one day we were working too much, nobody was home, but eventually, with the idea was we'd get a pet, and a stray cat came in, and we're like, I don't like cats. Well, we were landscaping. Wouldn't you know it? I'm looking out the window, and there's my husband petting this cat. And then all of a sudden he's feeding the cat. And then all one day, you
Ed.
know, the cat is sitting out the side of our side door
Oh
and
my
crying
gosh.
and crying and crying. We couldn't handle it. We brought her in. Well, she's never left. That was 10 years ago.
See, she chose you. She knew you needed something. But I think it's right, it's this connectedness. As you said, you talk with your partner about the pet. It
Yeah.
gets you out of yourself too, right? You have to look after another living thing,
Right. It
right? I
really
think,
unifies.
yeah, it unifies, it creates, and I think even in a social environment, right? You're at a function, you're somewhere, you don't know people. And if you start chatting, and somehow when you start chatting about pets, people open up, right? There's that immediate connection. Okay, it's like, okay, you must be good. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've got a pet and you're willing to give up some time and look after them, and so you can chat about them, and I think it creates a connectedness in so many different ways, right? That we don't even realize the benefits that we're getting until you actually sit down and chat about it.
I completely agree. I mean, when you have, well, first and foremost, like if you're a couple, like for my husband and I, we weren't able to have kids, and having an animal that we can both love and care for, it really connects us as a couple.
Yeah.
It brings us something to talk about and to fuss over. Like our cat, she's the first thing we talk about when we get home from work every day. And not only that
It's
is
a part of the family.
she is a part of the family, and
They
she's a
are.
huge stress reliever. My husband works in a high stress job, very fast paced. And when he comes home, the first thing he does is pet her. And it immediately calms down his nervous system.
Yeah.
And you can speak to that. And you mentioned at the beginning, but there's actual science. Correct me if I'm
Fine.
wrong, Susan.
Yeah.
Actual science that says having an animal and it can actually calm your system.
100. Think of all the children that are on the spectrum, right? You see huge changes in these children. Those issues, a lot of them are nervous system related indirectly, right? If you start looking at the functionality of all these, what is it they call it now? Neurodivergent is the word I was looking for, right? A neuro, your nervous system, right? So as soon as you bring a pet in that's adapted to that person, you immediately see, you can almost see their body go, right? It's absolutely crazy. And it's just having that you touch them, you caress them, they're warm, they're soft, they always come to you somehow. They know when you're not well.
Really is amazing.
And they're there. They're just always there. Other than your cat, but she's super cute, right? I love your cat.
She is super cute. But just like, okay, so you have dogs. My neighbor lady has a dog and she's always had dogs. So she's walking the dog a few times a day. She knows everybody in the neighborhood because every single person who has a dog,
You chat to
she knows who they are. She knows the house. She knows the dog's name. And talk about building community because we're
it,
also lacking community in
and it
today's
really
world.
does. Yeah, that's one of the ways that I actually met local people, right? I went to the dog park. You have
When
your
you
dog.
moved here, right? That's what you're talking about, right? When you moved
Yeah.
here, it was a way for
We
you to build community.
Exactly. Like a lot of the people that I know and I see on a daily basis, the way I start my day is with these people in the park, right? We chit chat. It's never bad stuff. I mean, sometimes it's a little, but you're just talking, you're walking, you're watching the dogs. And I mean, we get together a couple of times a year, the people from the dog park. I mean, we actually got up on Christmas morning with our dogs. We met each other in the park and we had eggnog and, some kind person brought in some hot chocolate and there was, I don't know, about 15 dogs just mooching around the park and it was really nice, right? It's a nice community. So it creates those connections, whether it's with your spouse, whether it's with somebody you don't know, whether it's whatever it may be. I think the pets that we have in our lives bring us just so much more than we realize.
I agree. Now, you and I are talking specifically about dogs and cats.
Yes.
So though there are those people that have
Rabbits.
birds,
I have a
rabbits.
friend who
Okay,
has a
rabbits
rabbit.
are cuddly.
Yeah.
I don't know, reptiles. That's just not my thing. But I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what kind of pet you have. You have to feed them.
Connect with it. Yeah.
So, whatever floats your boat, I guess. It's a way of getting outside of yourself and having to focus on another being to make sure that they're okay. And I think it's such a good, when in this world of the stress and everything and dealing with our mental health, this is actually another good,
Way of dealing with it.
yeah,
Honestly, I would joke, but I was in all seriousness. When there was COVID and I would go out with the dogs and I'd walk, I would just look at them and I go, they have no idea what's going on.
yeah,
Like they have no idea of counts. They have no idea of distancing. And honestly, it was literally just a moment where I could just go and not think about it. I would walk, I would just watch them, I would just enjoy my walk. It was that one moment that I could kind of escape all of that because they were oblivious to the whole thing. I mean, they lived through all of COVID and they have no idea what happened.
yeah.
And I honestly, for me, that really was it was a huge like I'm just off. I'm off to walk the dogs and
Stress
I
release.
came back slightly saner than when I left, even if it was just a little bit.
Before we got onto the call here, you had mentioned something that I also think is really interesting is that animals are present. They're
Yes,
not in the future, they're not in the past, they're not anything. Animals are present. And that can be such an amazing experience to know that that person is like really right there with you, or that being is right there with
they're
you,
grounded, right?
grounding you. Yeah.
And they say that, right? They do they ground you somehow because I think because they're in the present, they kind of bring you back to it.
Yeah.
Right? If your mind is wandering or you're like, and then your dog is sitting by the back door or your cat needs its and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to look after you, I need to come back to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get off my phone. I need to, whatever it is. And I think that's their quality,
Yeah.
right? Well, they have
Awesome.
many others, but I think that's one of their major ones.
So obviously, we adore our pets, but
There are luxuries, as my husband reminds me.
so
And
do
they are, like I said to you before we got on the call, I would, you know, well, we don't do fancy holidays, but do you know what I mean? They are my daily luxury, and I consider that really special to be able to enjoy them. Makes it sound like you're enjoying, but do you mean having them around, seeing them, talking to friends about them, seeing different things that they do? It's just I have that every day, right? The big fancy holidays, it's like once a year. I'm like, great. I'd rather to have a little of that every day than a big chunk, for 2 weeks a year. I'm like, no, I'm not into that.
yeah, that I totally relate.
Right.
So we just wanted to, I guess, brag about our animals, but more importantly, in this world of being disconnected, this is
Yeah.
just yet another way to reconnect with ourselves and our people, our community and our relationships. It's just another way of connection through our animals, and the power of that is absolutely,
Being present,
yeah.
right?
All right, we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any comments, we'd love to hear it below. And if you have any other topics you'd like us to talk about, please add those as well.
We'd be happy to oblige and yeah, explore anything that could be super interesting.
Sounds good. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.